Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of 7 Days to Die. We're on day 5 and today's task is just expand and start putting the overhang on our fort and getting ready to put the platform up on top. And that's primarily my focus for today. Is I want to try and get that the overhang started. So even if we don't do anything further to our fort, we still have a platform on which we can fight and defend ourselves, and hopefully not die too many times when our day 7 horde arrives. So I spent all night again mining away, running our stone, converting that into cement, and then converting, grabbing the gravel and smelting our iron, which you can see we've got quite a few forged iron that we're slowly going to create. To create the rebar for the ramp, or for the overhang, we're going to actually use rebar ramps, and it's made pretty much the same as a standard rebar block. The only difference is you don't use as many rebar. As you can see, it just takes 6 rather than the 8 that it takes to make a rebar frame, so you do save in that regards. So these are a lot easier to make than it is to make the rebar blocks. So I'll just go ahead and head over to our tower. Most of the tower again should be quite dry, so we should be able to literally just get straight up to it and start our building and getting our overhang on. Now the hardest part with doing the rebar frame ramps is getting them the right angle, and the easiest way I find this is to actually just go up to the item you want to put the ramp on, align it, and then try and go above your head to put them on, rather than align it when it's above your head. And there's one side. And all this does, it just prevents any spider zombies or any zombies that are capable of climbing from just going straight into your base or straight up. The other reason we do it on this type of construction on the tower is it gives the tower integrity. So when you actually put the platform on, it doesn't collapse. It's got something to support it, and he does it quite well. So we'll go ahead and get this side on. So as far as the tower part, we've just a few more blocks to put down. We've gone ahead and just cut a lot of the walk around, and as you can see, I've gone round, framed them, and then I'll come up the top and actually put them on. Now the reason I've done this rather than continuing with the tower is I want these to dry. So go ahead and get them put in so they can start drying, and then we can carry on building the frame up. And there's our basic overhang. So while we've got some more rebar frames, let's go ahead and plant a few trees, knock a few trees down. Keep our wood stocks up, because we are going to need quite a few logs when we actually start doing the defences. So I'm trying to stay on top of my wood as I'm going along. So the next part is I'm still waiting for rebar frame. I'm just making bars so I can make them, is I'm going to put a walkway, and this walkway will serve two purposes. One, it'll give me my outline for my spike defences, so I've got something to walk out the door and I'm not jumping on them. And two, when you're fighting where your front door is, as you're shooting, if you shoot the ground becomes very uneven. So if you just have a bit of a concrete path, it just does helps. Whereas you've just got concrete that's just getting damaged, and you can easily repair that. Go after Mr. Piggy. As you can see, my bow skills haven't improved any at all. I was definitely a lot better with the crossbow than I am with this bow. Finally. So I've got a good hit on it, and I'm just gonna try and chase it down. Hopefully it's gonna, there we go, it's bled out. It's definitely worth noting. If you get a good 2 times damage on a pig, you don't have to hit it again. It will eventually succumb to it. So I'll go ahead and take care of these few zombies that we've got around us. I've still no antibiotics. Got a few rebar frames. So the ramps are starting to dry already, which is good. So carry on with our front entrance. I'm out of wood. Yeah, I'm out of wood. So, while I'm just waiting for them few frames to finish, go ahead and get some more rebars down. So all we lack is just one more row, and the initial tower part will be completed then. So then we can get the overhang on, and then once the overhang is on, we can actually start building our platform and actually start getting into our base then. And the final row of the initial tower. Not too exciting. We've been fortunate. We haven't had any major zombies engage. Whether that'll change once we hit day 7, or that's in response to the tweaks and the adjustments that the fun pimps have been doing. I have noticed on this particular run, I've had very little zombie interaction up to now, just the odd occasional ones that are coming through, and we've had one horde come through. So as you can see, it's slowly progressing. Now we do need to have one on each of the 4 corners, but I've got to wait for them bars to dry for that. while we're just waiting on them to dry, we'll get our next layer on. And I'm trying not to overload this, even though the ramps are drying very well. I don't want to put too much stress, because the whole lot will just drop if you don't give it a chance to dry. We're getting low on rebar again, or iron should I say. Get these upgraded, and then we can start the next part, or a second overhang, if you will. Once that next overhang is actually in place, we can actually start building the walls up for our actual house on top of this. So we'll complete the platform and actually start building the house, so we can then start getting our forges set up, get our storage boxes all set up, and then all we'll do then is grab resources and bring it back here. So even if we get jumped by zombies or we get a horde, we're relatively protected. We've got a place to fight from. And there's our first corner block. Get that put in. I have come up, we've been testing a different design on our multiplayer server, so if I do another compound, I may actually start using that rather than this. It takes a lot less concrete to do. And in fact, probably at this point, I would imagine that the new base that we've been testing and trying would be completed. So we're going to put our second overhang on, which is on the next row up. Being careful not to put anything on something that is still drying. Okay, zombies. Shutting doors. I think I've heard some screeches, so I'm just being a bit more cautious. Yeah, there's definitely some screamers out there, spider zombies somewhere. At this point, I'm a lot more confident. I've got a platform to defend from, so I'm not as cautious. I can just try and get my head down and get things built up as much as possible. Day 6 is our last. Yeah, I think that's where the screeches are. Day 6 is going to be our. We're going to have to make sure that we're fully operational in a basic sense for day 6 or on day 6. We can do some things on day 7, which is when the horde comes, but you can't always guarantee what time of the day the horde is going to come. It used to always be before midnight on day 7 is when we actually got the horde. But we've been finding on our multiplayer server, we've had multiple horde hits. It's been during the day and at night. So you've not just had one lot hit you, you've had multiple spawns coming at you. So I just want to make sure that I can get as much done as I can. There's spiders out there somewhere. They don't sound too happy. And that's it now. So these corner parts on all 4 corners, this is where the outer wall's going to be for our base. So once these have all dried, we can actually start building our compound on top. There we go. So we can get some more of the ramps put up. Side's complete. Just one on this side. Crap. Here we go. So our primary focus today was to get the overhangs done. We haven't quite got all the overhangs done. The majority are up now. So at this point, we've got the majority up. From the pig we got earlier, so we can finish off. We've got more leather now. Let's get some more armor. Again, all prepping for that day 7. Give me the best chance that I can. So we need boots. We've got the legs. We need gloves and we need the body armor. We should have enough leather now. Yeah, we do, because we only need two more now for the gloves. And there's our gloves. So we are a bit stronger. We do have a full set of body armor now. And then once we got our base set up on day 8, we'll probably start hitting the town. Then I'll start trying to get the rest of my clothes that I can, and then it start gathering. Then we need weapons and things like that. So that's that corner overhang laid out. Oh crap. Just if you're unfamiliar in how to actually turn item, if you press your left mouse button will rotate the item, and it's right mouse to actually place the item when you're doing the building. And you'll see me forever hitting the left mouse button when I'm meaning to press right. So you gotta go all the way through the different combinations again to get the one that you want. And that's that corner. So the only corner left is the one above, and that needs to be concreted. And that's been pretty much a successful day. The overhang's done. We need a little bit more resources, but the majority of the overhang's now in place. So I'm a lot happier. We need to do the spike defences, get them up and running, get them in place, and get the last bits that we need to ready for our day 7 horde. As always guys, if you got any comments or questions, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. The rest of the videos are starting to come out now. I try and keep them flowing as often as I can. And as always, take care, have fun, see you soon.